He was sitting down after dinner, just getting ready to read the paper, when his 16-year-old daughter came running into the room. Dad, can I have the car keys? Everybody's up at the school swim meet. I got to get over there. All right, but be careful. Thanks, Dad. Off she went. Michael continued to read the paper and relax, the first time all day. About 20 minutes later, the phone rang. You ever get that sinking feeling when the phone rings? You just know something's not right. Hello? What, officer? An accident? Is my daughter okay? You sure she's not hurt? Was anybody hurt? The hospital? Well, they were checked out okay? Nobody's hurt. Oh, well, what happened? Totaled? Yes, officer, I imagine she did get a ticket for that. Yes, I'll be right there. Michael was furious. As he got into the car to go get his daughter, he kept thinking of all the things he was going to tell that girl. I'm going to tell her she's got people's lives in her hands when she's driving. I'm going to tell her that she's got to be careful and pay attention. I'm going to tell her with a ticket she's got her insurance is going to go up and I'm not paying for it. She is always saying she's going to be careful, but does she do it? Do I do it? He remembered the workshop earlier that day, and he asked himself, do I do it? Do I listen? It's easy to listen when you're not upset, but when I'm upset, do I listen? Well, he vowed to himself that he was going to listen, because if he kept on doing things the way he's always done them, he's going to keep getting the same results with his daughter. Well, he walked into the hospital. She was sitting on a chair, and as soon as she saw him, she burst into tears. Michael didn't say a word. He just put his arms around her and held her as she cried. A long time passed. Michael stayed silent. It's a funny thing what happens when you're not doing the talking. When you're not filling the air with your opinions and the noise and all the judgments. It leaves a space for the other person to do some thinking and some talking. That's what Chris did with Gladys when he first met her. That's what he did when she was furious about the table. He left the space for her to step into. Michael stayed silent, and his daughter started talking. Oh, Dad, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did it. I wasn't paying any attention. I went right through the stop sign, and oh, you should see the car. It's a wreck. And I could have really hurt someone, Dad. And now I got a ticket, and my insurance is going to go up. And, Dad, I'm going to pay for it. You shouldn't have to pay for my mistake. I'm so sorry. Michael couldn't believe his ears. Everything he was going to tell that girl, she was telling him. And now he realized that what he was doing, the problem was over here, his daughter was over here, and he got to choose where he was going to stand. Chris stood over here with Gladys, and he decided he's going to step over here with his daughter. And he empathized, and he listened, and then when it was time to talk, he said, honey, I imagine right now you wish you were up at the school swim meet with all your friends, not here like this. Michael's daughter stopped crying, and she looked up at him, and she had such gratitude. Now, I called Michael a few months later to see how things were going with his daughter and asked permission to share the story. And he said, oh, absolutely. And he said, you know, it's a funny thing, Marilyn, but ever since that day at the hospital when I really did it, when I listened, things have changed. I mean, I would rather have her drive than any one of her friends. And we really seem to be able to get along better now. And you know something? I really think it's because of the way I listened that night. And you know something? Whether it's your customers, your coworkers, your colleagues, or your kids, Michael's right. Do you do it?